In this video, we'll be talking about how to create coherent paragraphs. And there are basically three ways to do that: topic sentences, echo words, and transitions. Now, a paragraph can be understood as a pyramid. The topic sentence is at the point of the pyramid, and all the supporting sentences are underneath that topic sentence. The topic sentence sets the stage. It defines the subject of the paragraph, and all the other sentences in that paragraph are connected logically, creating a flow as you read. Now, paragraphs typically should be structured as a blot. What do we mean by blot? It succeeds when it follows a blot pattern. In other words, bottom line on top, with the topic sentence cueing the reader about what is to come next. Now, a good paragraph not only has a blot format, but constitutes a self-contained message unit. All the follow-on sentences in the paragraph relate specifically and exclusively to that topic sentence. In other words, the paragraph has a topic focus. That topic sentence also sets up expectations in the mind of the reader, and the paragraph should be written to fulfill those expectations. And ideally, your concluding sentence should lead into the topic sentence of the next paragraph. The paragraph should be connected from previous concluding sentence to the next topic sentence. Let's look at this well-constructed paragraph. First, we'll read it aloud. Transformation is one of the key mechanisms in which bacteria are capable of DNA transfer. Transformation refers to the mechanism by which bacteria uptake naked DNA from the environment across their cell membranes and incorporate it into their genomes. This mechanism of DNA acquisition often has significant implications, whereby bacteria are able to pick up and acquire advantageous traits like antibiotic resistance. Some bacteria, like Bacillus subtilis, are naturally capable of transformation and are regarded as genetically competent. E. coli, however, is a bacterial species that is not capable of undergoing natural transformation and so requires some sort of artificial intervention to perform this process. The treatment of non-competent cultures like E. coli with chemical or physical agents can permit the uptake of DNA via the induction of artificial competence under laboratory conditions. Now watch the logical flow of the paragraph we just read. See how the topic sentence sets the stage and the follow-on sentences support it. We have a topic sentence. It signals the paragraph subject. Transformation is a key mechanism in which bacteria are capable of DNA transfer. The next sentence defines and elaborates on that topic. Transformation refers to the mechanism by which bacteria uptake naked DNA. The third sentence pinpoints the implications of the topic. The mechanism of DNA acquisition often has significant implications, whereby bacteria are able to pick up and acquire advantageous traits. The fourth and fifth sentences give two examples of the topic in a compare and contrast juxtaposition. Some bacteria, like Bacillus subtilis, are naturally capable. E. coli, however, is not capable. And then finally, we conclude with an additional elaboration that logically connects with the previous sentence. The treatment of non-competent cultures like E. coli with chemical or physical agents can permit the uptake of naked DNA. This paragraph succeeds because it has topic focus. The paragraph is about transformation. That's all that it's about. Now, what makes this paragraph coherent? It's the use of echo words to maintain concept consistency. Transformation, that's the topic of the paragraph. Mechanism, that's what transformation is. Natural and artificial, the two types of transformation. Competent and non-competent, a term for the capability of uptaking DNA. and uptake itself, the verb used to convey a key element in the process of transformation. The use of echo words makes this paragraph easy for the reader to process. They help establish the logical connections, and the words are repeated throughout the paragraph. This allows a reader to easily digest complex scientific concepts. Now let's look at how the paragraph that we just examined before, this first paragraph here, connects to the second paragraph that follows. Does that work? Let's read the concluding sentence of the first paragraph and the topic sentence of the second. The treatment of non-competent cultures like E. coli with chemical or physical agents can permit the uptake of DNA via the induction of artificial competence under laboratory conditions. Ultrasound has been identified as a potential novel technique for effecting transformation because it is recognized as a method responsible for causing biological effects. Do we have a good connection there? Let's see if we can't improve it. How about the highlighted revisions to the second paragraph? Do they work better than the original? Let's read the last sentence of the first paragraph. The treatment of non-competent cultures like E. coli with chemical or physical agents can permit the uptake of DNA via the induction of artificial competence under laboratory conditions. One potential novel technique to induce artificial competence is ultrasound, a recognized method responsible for causing biological effects. And then we see at the bottom, we talk about the development of transformation methods such as ultrasound. We'd argue this works better. Why? Because in the paragraph above, it concludes with the induction of artificial competence. Then in the next sentence we have one potential novel technique to induce artificial competence is ultrasound. So we made that conceptual connection from paragraph to paragraph. A key factor in establishing logical flow is the use of transitions, words that logically link supporting sentences in a paragraph. Recall our pyramid. At the point is the topic sentence, and underneath are all the supporting sentences. The topic sentence sets the stage, it defines the subject of the paragraph, and all the follow-on sentences are logically connected, and that logical flow can be helped by the use of transition words. So, how do you choose the right transition words? First, you need to determine the conceptual category and then select the words and the phrase that are most appropriate. And here on the right we see some of the transition categories. We have adding to, transition words also, furthermore, in addition, moreover. Sequencing, then, next, after, first, second, third. Contrasting, however, nevertheless, in contrast, on the other hand, conversely. Showing cause and effect, therefore, as a result, consequently, thus, for this reason. Providing examples, for instance, for example. And showing similarity, similarly, likewise. These are the basic transition categories that link concepts. And you need to understand in your paragraph how each sentence is logically connected in these conceptual categories so you can select the proper transition words that make sense for that flow of sentences. Now let's look at a paragraph without good transitions. First, we'll read it aloud. Molecular self-assembly, or building from the bottom up, is increasingly being recognized as the next step in the development of novel biomaterials. Researchers have begun investigating the utility of self-assembling polymers and peptides in the field of tissue engineering. Peptides have several advantages over polymers, including versatility in composition, chemical properties, and morphology. Polymer scaffolds typically include just one or two different biological ligands on their surfaces as binding agents because it is difficult to control the concentration and arrangement of these ligands. Peptides offer the ability to easily synthesize different ligand sequences with different properties that can then be combined to form self-assembled scaffolds. Peptides can be designed to form gel structures under physiologic conditions. Now, can you see where transitions might help in the logical flow of this paragraph? Let's see how. Now we add our transition words. You can see how easily you can follow the logic in the paragraph now. For example, researchers have begun investigating the utility of self-assembling polymers and peptides in the field of tissue engineering. However, peptides have several advantages over polymers. We see that contrast. Then we go down. Polymer scaffolds typically include just one or two different biological ligands on their surfaces as binding areas because it is difficult to control the concentration and arrangement of these ligands. In contrast, peptides offer the ability to easily synthesize different ligand sequences. Moreover, peptides can be designed to form gel structures. These transitions really help signal to the reader what the relationship is between the concepts in the sentences. Why do they work? Again, the right signals. We have a general statement. Molecular self-assembly is increasingly being recognized as the next step. Transition to two specific instances. They're treated equally, but they are different. One is better than the other, so we'd better signal that. And we conclude by adding another advantage. We could also use the word in addition. So you see, good transition selection will send the right conceptual signal to the reader. As a result, we get a coherent paragraph that uses transition words to link those key concepts. So, make each paragraph a pyramid. The topic sentence is at the point and the supporting sentences are underneath. And how do we link those supporting sentences? By constructing a good logical flow. Set the stage with your topic sentence and then create that logical flow with transitions and echo words. Follow these principles and each of your paragraphs can be conceptually coherent.